How much do you spend on a coffee every day? Do you buy a Starbucks Frappuccino for $5? If you did that every day, if you added that up for a month, that's $150, and for the year, $1,800. And if you put that amount into some form of investment, that's enough to start a really good portfolio and prepare for future expenses like a new car, a house, and retirement. I know it's not sexy to talk about retirement, but by the time you reach retirement age, things like Social Security might not exist at all. Or if they do, how much is $800 going to go? How far is it going to go in 40 years? Who knows? With interest rates and everything, who knows? So if you don't start planning for your future, you could end up living in poverty. And so, anyway, my name is Tristan Solger, and I want everyone to start saving money, planning for the future, and investing. And you should start now. The longer you wait, the harder it's going to become for you to reach your goals. So in this speech, I will cover four main points. First, many elderly people are living in poverty because they didn't plan or save for retirement. And so spending less and start saving now and putting it into a savings account or CD, and also to have an emergency fund is going to be very important. And then would like to learn the basics of saving and investing, and finally pull the trigger and start investing. So to start, as of 2005, there were approximately 3.5 million elderly individuals living in poverty in the United States. There are several prevailing explanations for the rates of low-income elderly individuals. First, many people do not begin saving for retirement until they approach middle age. Second, inadequate wages, limited asset building opportunities, low financial literacy, and an emphasis on consumption rather than savings also result in limited savings and investments, particularly for low-income groups. So this is presented by Chauvin Sturm in an article, Youth Individual Development Accounts, Retirement Planning Initiatives in 2007. So many people don't start saving early in their lives, and so they end up struggling when they reach retirement, and they may never own a home. And so there's a lot of pressure in our society now to spend more money than we have, but it's really important to save something for the future. And I know it's hard with so many people earning a minimum wage and the cost of living so high, it can almost seem impossible to save money, but it can be done. The first thing you need to start doing is spend less money and earn more. I started at the beginning of a cup of coffee can easily run you $5 in these Starbucks Frappuccinos. If you start making coffee at home, or make a few other small changes like making a few meals at home a week, and start saving by putting that money into a savings account. There are online banks like CIBC and Ally that have savings accounts. They're online banks, and they offer significantly higher interest rates than a regular walk-in bank, which might only give you 0.1% or some ridiculous small amount. And there's also CDs, certificates of deposits, and all of which can give you around a 2% return, which is what you should shoot for. Another important thing to do is something you already are working on, which is increasing your education level so you can start earning more in the future. The next thing to do is learn more about the types of investments that you can go into. There's a lot of great online resources, such as Motley Fool, Morningstar, and Investopedia. And some of the important things to learn while you're doing this education is learning about compound interest and the value of money, and along with basic investing strategies. So compound interest is basically the interest you gain on the interest you have already earned, and it grows exponentially over time. So that's the time value of money in compound interest. And less than 1/3 of the U.S. population comprehends the fundamental concepts of interest, compounding, or understands how credit card works. Nevertheless, understanding compound interest plays an important role in financial planning. For instance, individuals with an understanding of interest compounding are more likely to plan for retirement, as stated by Lusardi and Mitchell in 2011, which was quoted in Using Online Compound Interest Tools to Improve Financial Literacy in the Journal of Economic Education in 2016, which is by Hubbard et al. So many employers offer a 401k plan, retirement plan, which you should really take advantage of if there's that out there, and that uses compound interest. Usually there's mutual funds involved and different things. And if they don't offer one, you can get an IRA or an individual retirement account, which is available, and they have small fees but are really reasonable and good. And then once you have learned what's out there, pick the 2 or 3 best options and start investing. Make an effort to invest regularly over time in different areas. This is called a diversification. And this can be accomplished easily by investing in mutual funds, which most 401ks and IRAs use, as I mentioned. And I found this in the Optimal Diversification Across Mutual Funds, 2013, by Moreno and Rodriguez. There are some great apps also like Robinhood and Acorns that let you invest in small amounts and can at least get you started, at least get you something to get your feet wet. And hopefully there's some good choices. You can start earning around 7 to 10% return on your investments and really get your money working for you. And so in the conclusion here, I've shown in this presentation that it's important to plan and save for the future and to avoid living in poverty later in life. Spend less money and start saving. Learn about your investment options and start investing. You should start saving now, saving for your future, and look at making some wise investments. Many people aim to have $1 million saved by the time they retire. This may seem like a lot, but if you follow these steps and make some small changes to your spending habits and start making your money work for you, you should be ready for an emergency and be able to have a comfortable life in retirement. And maybe you can spend your golden years taking some dream vacations you've always wanted and enjoy a nice home with family surrounding you. Thank you.